We become prisoners, and that prison is the prison of the left brain. That's what it is, essentially. René Descartes, the French philosopher and mathematician, said this about finding a way to express self-identity. I think, therefore I am. I would take it a stage further, and I would say at the body consciousness level, I compute, therefore I am. What we've been subjected to is mass hypnosis. Mass hypnosis, just like the stage hypnotist and the stooges on the stage, where the hypnotist puts into the stooge a programmed version of reality, a belief in reality. And then what happens is that belief edits reality to fit the belief. So suddenly they see an elephant in the audience. There's no elephant in the audience, but there is in their reality. They taste a potato and eat a potato and taste an apple, because although the electrical signal of the taste of the potato has gone to the brain, the imposed belief, the program, recodes that signal into the taste of a apple. The person is tasting an apple while eating a potato, because this is what MSG does in food. They call it a flavor enhancer. What is it? It tricks the brain to decode more taste than is actually in the food. That's what it is. Paul McKenna, he's a hypnotist and works with the mind of people, television shows and stuff like that. I watched, maybe you saw this, it used to be on the internet, I don't know if you can see it now, but it was from the Top Gear program on BBC. And if you haven't seen it, what happened was this guy, Richard Hammond, he was put under hypnosis by McKenna, and the first part of it was they were out filming at a racetrack. And of course, once you're put into a trance, a programmed reality, you lose the memory of being put into the programmed reality. That's how it works. Nothing's happened to you in your mind. So Hammond's just about to get in a car to drive McKenna around the track, and McKenna just went like that with his fingers, and Hammond went, boom, gone. And McKenna said to him, when I bring you back to a waking state or worse to that effect, you're not going to be able to know anything about how to drive a car. He's come back, he has no idea that's happened. Sits in the car, got the key in his hand, doesn't know what to do with it. Completely lost. Doesn't know the first thing about driving a car. So they come back to the studio live here, and they have a laugh about it and everything, and Hammond thinks it's all over, but you know, McKenna's sitting there and everything, and then McKenna does the same thing in the studio. Hammond, and he tells him that this car, this toy car, is actually his real Porsche 911 Turbo or something, some flash bloody car. And he goes over and he gets into it, thinking this is his real car. That's what's going on in his mind as he decodes reality. And then Jeremy Clarkson drives this one into the side of this one. He reacts as if he's just pranged his real car. Why? Because reality is being decoded in his mind. And to him it's real. And that's what's happening to us all the time. We're asleep. We're in a trance. And that's why it's so appropriate when people say, I'm waking up now. I can see it. As Voltaire said, so long as the people do not care to exercise their freedom, those who wish to tyrannize will do so. For tyrants are active and ardent and will devote themselves in the name of any number of gods, religious or otherwise, to put shackles upon sleeping men. And of course, first, you must have sleeping men and women, and that's what the whole deal has been about. You are getting sleepy, 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 sleepy. Good evening. Now tonight's news. These people are hypnotists. Don't realize it. They're programming a reality by repetition of a version of reality that they pound out on their mainstream news all the time. We see things not as they are, but as we are. The conspiracy in a line. The idea is to get us to think that we are the person we see reflected in the mirror. No, that's the vehicle we're using to experience this reality. This is who we are. Division is what they want. A sense of oneness is what they don't want. And oneness, not just between humans, but between everything. You know, the ancients talked about, and some people still talk about today, about going and experiencing the spirit of a mountain or something. And of course, the left-brain scientists, you can't experience the spirit of a mountain, it's a pile of rock, because that's what the left brain sees it. And yet, a mountain is just energy consciousness, and that's a holographic version of it that we see on the physical level. So you can interact with that, just as you can interact with plants. This is Virginia, Credo Mutwa's wife, and she's got a herbal garden, and she talks to her plants. And she puts little coins next to them in thanks when she's taken bits off them to use in herbal remedies and stuff. And of course, the left brain is to go, what's the plant going to do with the money? Is it going to buy beer? It's stupid, you know. No, it's energy. It's a representation of energy. Oh yeah, I get that. Oh, stupid. We are consciousness, we are energy, we are all one consciousness. So, where are we? Where are we? We are in our own minds, basically. We are in our own heads, symbolically. We are decoding reality in our own minds. It's not out there, it's in here. We are taking frequency fields and vibrational fields, and we are, through the brain, turning them into a holographic reality that does not exist out there. Holograms appear to exist in space, but they don't. Holograms you buy in the shops. This hologram doesn't have space either. We are decoding it into a holographic television station within the frequency of visible light. We talk about seeing is believing, but it ain't. Believing is seeing, because what we believe affects what we decode and therefore what we see. There's that great line in a Matrix movie where the Neo character is saying to the Morpheus character, what is real? And Morpheus says words to the effect of, what is real? If you're talking about what we can see, touch, taste, hear, etc., then real is just electrical signals interpreted by your mind. That's absolutely what we're doing, because the five senses decode vibrational frequencies and then send those signals to the brain, and it's the brain that decodes them into the reality we think we're experiencing. So hypnotists can manipulate reality in their various forms. The visual cortex areas of the brain do it in relationship to the eyes. What we think is out there actually exists, symbolically anyway, in our head. As the neurons fire in a certain sequence, they create reality based on our belief. Now, if we've got open minds, we can be decoding vast realities and be multidimensional in our perception and awareness. We can be in this world physically, but not of this world in terms of our point of perception. Therefore, we're going to see the world in a completely different way to those stuck in left brain consciousness. Or we can get caught in the eggshells, in which case we are decoding a very small band of frequencies, which makes us think we live in a world of limitation. We exist as an energy construct. These are the vortex points, the colors here, call them chakras, wheels of light in the Sanskrit language. The vortex points in the body. When this goes through the decoding process, it becomes the holographic image we see as a human being. But it only exists, we only exist in this form when we've been through that decoding process. In this book, The Holographic Universe, great book where he pulls together, Michael Talbot, the scientific information supporting the idea that this is all a great hologram. He tells a story in here which is so brilliant. That's why I do tell it quite often, because it's so symbolic of what I'm talking about. He attended a party which his father had, and he had a state hypnotist along to do party tricks for the guests. There came a point